Day 35, and I realized that it's been a while since I cleaned my windows, even before all this started. And when I mean a while, the last time I did it was the beginning of January. So I've decided that's gonna be my chore for the day. And I'm sure all of our dads said the same thing. It's better to use newspapers with Windex instead of paper towels. But growing up, I still used paper towels. So I've decided that I'm going to put that theory to the test. So Dad, and to all dads that used to be out there but not anymore, this is for y'all. Alright then. Now this shouldn't be too dirty. I mean, I know the outside is because I never cleaned the outside part. I just always thought that the more dirt that accumulates on the outside, the less sunshine would come in. I think that makes perfect sense. Used to drive my dad nuts. Cause I know it was like pretty much almost every weekend my mom and dad would do house cleaning, and I was always stuck doing windows, mirrors, all glass objects, and wood polishing. And I would pretty much use, I don't think that looks that bad. Could be a lot worse. I'll just get a new one. And as a kid, I would, even though we had the nice paper towels, I still used a lot. Because my dad always insisted, use newspaper. But when I would, it would like fall apart. And to me, it looked more streaky, if that makes sense. But he was probably right. And the ironic part is I won't be able to tell how this looks until it's daylight. Now this is what I mean. Hold on. Yes, this is fine. Well, I've learned how to hold a newspaper over the years. It took me a while to master. But you see, like, it's already breaking apart and stuff. But I'm sure, if everything was normal and I was doing this at some random tutorial, I'm sure people would be like, oh, well, you're holding it wrong. You have to use the good newspaper. You have to use the newspaper that you buy in gas stations, not the ones you get in those little tin boxes or whatever. And ever since I moved out, I never ever cleaned the outside part of the windows. Because like I said, more dirt, less sunlight. But of course I wasn't gonna let the inside be dirty. That's just gross. Huh. There's hardly any streaks on this side. Okay. Alright, Dad. You win this round. My dad wins and newspaper wins. No worries. Let there be lights. Alright. Fantastic. I'll be right back. Alright, so I figured newspaper, paper towels. Alright. So let's get the good stuff out of the way. Oh. Alrighty then. Wonderful. And this is what I always did. I always thought that Windex would like mess up the marble counters at my house. I mean, granted, you know, this is that imitation, but it's just a habit. Old habits die hard, you know? But believe it or not, I liked doing most chores growing up. Like, I loved washing dishes, I already mentioned that. I would have liked doing laundry if I was able to do it my way, but my parents wanted me to fold everything, so that took what I felt like hours. But it is what it is. See, it's not that dirty at all. But I will say, don't use normal towels with Windex, because that, I think, leaves more streaks than paper towels. Now, at the start of everything, I thought it would be, let's see. I thought it would be a good idea to like clean the whole house, spick and span, you know what I'm saying, but I realized that I'd be able to do all that in a day, and then afterwards, I'd have nothing to do, and I'd go crazy. But I feel like I am already going crazy. Oh crap. Well, it's imitation anyway. I don't really feel like I'm going crazy, but it's just like, man. I mean, I can only imagine what solitary confinement feels like for prisoners. I mean, I don't feel bad for them because, you know, they commit crimes, they deserve punishment, but it still sucks. Luckily, I don't feel like that this is 100% solitary confinement. I mean, I'm not in a padded room. I've actually, a few months ago, I found out this method called white torture, where it's like solitary confinement, except everything is illuminated. Like, people are, well, I don't say, prisoners, and this isn't like everywhere, but just in certain places, prisoners are put in a room and everything is white. And the bulbs are like super illuminated, if that makes sense. And it's just on 24/7. So they're just surrounded by white light 24/7. And I was like, man, that is, if that's not torture, I don't know what is. And for me, I'm prone to migraines. So I can only imagine how much I would want to die in a place like that. But what's weird is that I don't really feel like dying. I'm glad, but I just want everything to go back to normal. Maybe everything will. Maybe everything won't. Who knows? Aziz, light. Aziz, light. Amen. Oh, it's another spider. Spiders are still around. That's shitty. Saw a spider a few days ago, so I'm not really like, oh my god. But it's just, it's like, well, I don't mind bugs, but why are spiders still around? Like, seriously, why? And they always used to congregate right here, like at the bottom. So. Alright. This is the big kahuna. So we're gonna do this side, paper towels, and then this side newspapers. I always like to just, fold it up. 1 second. Okay, just readjusting, sorry. I think you noticed that, gotta stop saying you. Maybe I should just keep saying you because, anyways, I don't have a professional tripod to use to mount my camcorder, so I use boxes. Every apartment I would move in, I would keep the moving boxes, just why waste time trying to find new boxes? And I saw a lot of, places charging for boxes. Like, what the hell? You're gonna throw this away. Okay, so there was a lot less streaks in the big bathroom mirror than the small one. So that's newspaper 2, paper towel 0. But that's the expected outcome. I knew my dad and all dads were right all along, but kids. That was like my way of rebelling. I never rebelled much as a kid. Man, there's a lot of streaks here. But what difference does it make? And luckily, there's screens on the outside, so I don't have to worry about cleaning the outside, even though I wouldn't do it anyway. I would not do it anyway, even if there were no screens. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, shit. It's okay, folks. This is all part of the show. Everyone sit down. Don't worry. The lion is supposed to maul the trainer. This is all part of the circus act. Oh, fuck. Alright, I'm alright. If you ever try to wipe off dried Windex, it seems soapy. Damn it, man. What the hell? So when I spray it, nothing gets in my eye, but if it, I swear, it's always something. And this window is kind of loose, so the last thing I need is for it to come off the frame and break. Oh, see? You hear that? So yeah, a lot less streaks here. Pretty much no streaks. So I'm gonna keep cleaning, but newspaper 4, paper towel 0.